Medusa's gaze could turn anything to stone, yet it had no effect on the man standing before her. Just as she was trying to figure out why, the man's heart suddenly began to beat. It turned out he was nothing but a crystal decoy. By the time Medusa realized she had been tricked, it was already too late. A massive explosion engulfed the area. They thought the blast would wound Medusa, but when Perseus looked up, he found Medusa had already moved behind him. Seeing this, his companion grabbed a boulder and leaped down. He struck Medusa's tail with perfect precision. To buy Perseus more time, his companion sacrificed his own life without hesitation. Perseus was consumed with rage. Once he pinpointed Medusa's location, he shut his eyes tight, spun around, and swung his blade behind him. Medusa was slain once and for all, but the danger was far from over. The monster they were about to face was 100 times more terrifying than Medusa. But Perseus was no ordinary man. He was actually the son of Zeus, king of the gods. The story goes back 20 years. Acrisius, the human king, openly declared war against Zeus. This enraged the gods. They proposed wiping out the king and his entire army, but Zeus decided on a lesser punishment. So he disguised himself as the king and secretly slipped into the queen's chamber. By the time the real king returned, it was already too late. Acrisius couldn't accept his wife's betrayal. In a fit of rage, he killed the queen. He placed her body and her unborn child in a coffin and cast it into the sea. He assumed both mother and child would perish, but not long after, the coffin was pulled from the water by a fisherman. The moment he opened the coffin, the fisherman was stunned. The woman had given birth to a baby inside the coffin. That child would grow up to be Perseus, the demigod who would change the course of mythology. As he grew older, he went out to sea with his adoptive father every day. One day, a group of soldiers tore down a statue of Zeus. They had no idea they had just brought disaster upon themselves. The sky suddenly turned dark and ominous. Moments later, a swarm of unknown creatures began approaching.